Hi, everybody. Ron Placone here. So, a Tennessee resident named Robert Duggart has been making quite a stir, or maybe a lack of stir, because recently he just pled guilty to plotting to have a violent attack against a Muslim community in upstate New York. Now, Robert Daggart is a Christian. He is a certified Christian minister. In 2014, he ran for Congress. He did not get very far, but he ran on a platform of very far right-wing views. I think that's kind of counterproductive for me to even say. I'm imagining you probably could have assumed that. Like, oh, really? We thought he might be kind of progressive, Ron. I don't know. I'm surprised. But anyway, he didn't get very far. And look, this guy is no dummy. It's not like this was some guy out there plotting some crazy thing. This guy has a PhD from LaSalle University, and his plans were pretty much in great detail. The FBI caught him. He has since pled guilty. The main corporate media in the United States has given this very, very little press attention. I am a resident of the state of Tennessee. There has been very little circulating about this. Now, look, we all know if it was the other way around, if it was a Muslim threatening a Christian community, and I can speak from this as a Tennessee resident, man, no holds bar. Fox News would have been all over it like a bloodhound. There would have been Pat Robertson would have been syndicated all over the state, and nothing else would have any room. Anybody from anyone that looked remotely Middle Eastern, even if it was just a Greek person that stayed in a tanning bed for too long, would be suspect and questioned without any question whatsoever. If you were at a restaurant and ate anything that wasn't served exclusively on a bun, you would be supporting the terrorists. If this was the other way around, it would be total pandemonium. This would have gotten more press attention than one could ever imagine. This would have pretty much been the 24/7 focus, and the whole fear-mongering, far right-wing, xenophobic, nationalistic, Christian chauvinist narrative would have been drummed down all of our throats, but it's the other way around. So little to no press attention whatsoever. Completely no press attention. And this guy is just as much a terroristic threat as anything else. This guy was plotting to attack a community in a very violent way. This guy is a Christian minister. He was planning this whole thing. Now, look. Before anybody gets, I know that, of course, not all Christians share this person's view. In fact, most don't. I realize that goes without saying. But the point is, when your religion accounts for 77% of the population, you're going to get some special treatment. That's why when I hear people in the United States saying about Christian persecution in the United States, I can't help but laugh, because it is so ridiculous to even entertain that notion. And people like this, extremists like Robert Duggart, they are threats to other communities. They are violent threats, and they should be treated as such. But they do have the majority religion on their side, and they're using that to their advantage. This needs to stop. There needs to be more of an understanding of, look, terrorism is terrorism, and just because it's a Christian making the threats doesn't mean it's any less significant, doesn't mean it should be ignored. But the corporate media ignores this. And why? Well, I just told you, 77% of most of the people in the United States, at least most of the believers, account for some portion of Christianity. So do you want to paint that in a negative light if it can be avoided? Of course not. Hence, the corporate media ignores it. Hence, the corporate media entertains that narrative. Look, we're all people, and we all deserve to pursue our own ventures, our own religion, without fear of persecution. And in this case, a Muslim community was going to face persecution and was going to face violent extremism. And just because it was a Christian making those threats doesn't mean it should be ignored. It shouldn't be ignored no matter who it is. So this is an interesting case. As a Tennessee resident, I'm pretty disappointed, but I'm not surprised. And again, if it was the other way around, we can only imagine how things would have played out in terms of what you would have seen in the media. This is Ron Placone signing out.